What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, as you've seen by the title, Mike Coppinger, ESPN, has reported sources. Tyson, Fury, and Anthony Joshua camps are discussing a September fight. Stop. A Tyson Fury AJ heavyweight title fight is being discussed for September in the UK. Sources tell ESPN. Sources tell the YB 100%. The talks began this week between Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, and Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, sources said, revisiting a discussion from last fall that failed to deliver the long-awaited showdown between the UK's two top boxing stars. Waffle. Where's the meat and bones here, man? I hate when they put waffle in. Anyway, those negotiations, hey, listen, we know how those negotiations played out. Blah, 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 blah. On Thursday, U6 promoter Alexander Krasik won the rights. Waffle. But Fury is eager to finalise his first fight of 2023 and instructed his team to push for a fight with Joshua this summer, sources said. An August 12 rematch between AJ and Dillian Whyte in the UK is also being explored, sources said. Joshua stopped Whyte in round 7 10 years ago. So, really, there's no meat and bones on this one, but end of the day, Tyson Fury is allegedly in contact with Team AJ. Now, this is from Coppinger. Tyson Fury himself came out on Instagram and posted the following. So you can see his IG here, Tyson Fury. He posted a picture of himself and AJ and said the following. A few days ago, I sent a draft contract to AJ for a fight in September at Wembley Stadium. It's a fight that everyone wants to see, including myself. Come on, AJ, let's give the world what they want to see. This time, I'm not going to make a million vids and keep putting pressure on. The ball is now on your side. Now, listen, people, man, I can't lie to you. In the last few hours, Eddie Hearn's come out and said, by the way, I'm going to do another video on this, but I can't help myself. Really, what I should do is just talk about this, but I can't help myself. Eddie's come out and said, I haven't heard nothing from Fury. And I'm sorry, people, I understand there's a whole brigade of, Eddie Hearn lying, man. Listen, Eddie Hearn, he make the AJ and Usyk fight, which really made not much sense. You know what I mean? AJ's been taking, listen, you might know me. I'm the first one to say, Joshua's lost his head. Yeah? Anthony Joshua has lost his head. Bottom line, he's broken. Maybe he never had it, but either way you look at it, he finished. What we ain't going to do, though, is do this whole, Fury begging for this one and Eddie Hearn playing around. No, Eddie Hearn desperate for this. Yeah, Barry Hearn already said, we want to cash this guy out 100%. He's ready to cash out. In fact, AJ himself said, I don't really like fight week anymore. I'd rather be at home. And then he said, at the Cambridge or Oxford Union, it's all about the money now. So don't tell me that AJ don't want this fight. AJ lost to a dude in his hometown, essentially, who's 5 foot tall and 200 pounds soaking wet. So don't tell me that, what would a loss to Fury do? Fury ain't going to knock AJ out, especially not this AJ. The AJ who's cautious. So don't tell me AJ is scared to lose to Fury when he's lost to Usyk twice. It don't make no sense. AJ desperate for this fight. AJ desperate for the Wilder fight. AJ desperate for the Fury fight. If you want to be technical, he desperate to lose the Fury fight and desperate to lose the Wilder fight. That's what he's desperate about. Ultimately, he's desperate to get paid. So I believe Eddie. And 2 weeks ago I said, in fact, 6 weeks ago I said, Fury has this mechanism. He calls out the big names. Yeah? Lets it fade away, fights a bum. We had it with the Zhang thing. I'm fighting Zhang, I'm fighting... Who else was it? I'm fighting Usyk, I'm fighting Zhang, I'm fighting Andy Ruiz. And then it was all these random New Zealand guys. This is another one of them, 100%. And then 2 weeks ago when Fury came out on the rant, I told you, Fury is absolutely coked off his nut. There's no doubt about it. And he seems to still be in that... He seems to still be in that cane in the packet phase. Yeah, I was wrong. A week ago I said, listen, it sounds like Tyson Fury's run out of his tackle. He's got 100%. The Kinahan plug came through and he re-upped. Tyson Fury re-upped right now. And he's out here just bugging. There's no other words to... Listen, I could tell you this, I could tell you that, he bugging. Messy. I've never seen a man as messy as this. It's one thing, at least lie to us a little bit. At least, it's a bit like the Zhang situation. Fury could have actually made it a little bit believable by telling Frank, listen, Frank, you need me, so you're going to toe the line. Reach out to, even though we've got no intention of doing anything, reach out to Zhang and offer him some step aside. You know what I mean? Put it a little bit out there. So, oh, well, he offered step aside. I'd even come on here and say, well, he offered step aside. What more can you do than that? They didn't even do that. Now, what's the relevance to the AJ situation? Like I said earlier, Eddie Hearn's come out and said, I haven't even heard from the guy. Who doing this? Who's saying, a few days ago, I sent a draft contract to AJ for a fight in September, and he didn't do it? Like, it's wild. Now, what it could be is Fury might just be a clout monster. He might just be a clout monster. Now, he won't be a clout monster if he fights any of them Australian dudes, then he just a bum slayer. But if Fury, yeah, I mean, why would you put your name out there with a bum node? It's not good. It's not a good look. It doesn't look good. I get it, associating himself with Zhang, who just beat Joe Joyce. But where was the upside of? I mean, Fury came out himself. I did videos on it. Fury came out himself and said, yeah, I'm fighting in Australia. I'm fighting this guy next, Dempsey McKean, or the Opatea guy. So where's the up? I mean, I get the AJ play. The AJ play is big news kind of thing. But Fury fighting Dempsey McKean, that's not... Yeah, you get a little buzz, but only the people who are watching this every day know that happened. This is big, in that sense. Or for what it's worth, it's big. But the guy Messi, he all over the place. And I got a video coming soon. Some of you man thought I was joking, but this guy, he went to the jungle in Colombia, and he's contracted, what do they call it? A neuroparasitic fungi in his head, and it's chewing away and changing the way he interacts with his environment. It's called bumitis. Yeah, he loved to fight a bum. That's what he's compelled to fight bums. Bottom line. So we can't really fully blame him. It's not wholly his fault. Yes, Tyson and Fury got on the plane. Yes, Tyson and Fury was rattling from not having no tackle for a few days. He hopped on the plane to Colombia, went to the jungle, and contracted this neuroparasitic disease called bumitis. But again, he's a grown man. He made grown choices. No one asked him to get on the plane to Colombia. Yeah? Just listen, Tyson. Sometimes you just got to sit down and weigh it out. And it now appears, like I said earlier, the plug came through at the end of the day. Tyson Fury can help himself. Straight to Colombia, straight to the jungle, and now look. He's trying to fight. He's not even trying to fight bums. He's just messy. It's not even a good... That's how you know it's not... Humans have consciousness, yeah? A parasitic infection. It's not conscious. It doesn't know how messy it looks. If Fury was actually in his head, yeah, he'd understand. Wait a minute. I can't tell the public that I spoke to AJ 3 days ago because I didn't. But he ain't... There's no way this man's conscious in his head. There's no way he's thinking about what he's doing. At least put the call out. Even if you got no... We know Tyson Fury can pull out the last minute. He pulled out in the last minute with Usyk. 70-30. I'll fight you 70-30 in Wembley. Take it or leave it. Usyk took it. He pulled out. I get it. It's not good. But I get... Oh, well, let's send AJ a contract and then let's make out he's ducking us. But this is just absolute, complete mess. No one's running this ship. And I got a video coming soon. Bob Arum said exactly the same. Bob Arum said, listen, this guy don't know whether he's coming or going. And that says something. We know, listen, Bob Arum love a pound note or a dollar bill. And he's 90 million year old, so he wouldn't lie. I mean, it's not, never mind lie, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be a SpaceX employee to work out this guy Messi. But it's an unparalleled level of mess. There's no way, I'm sorry, yeah. There's no way this can be, what's the word? This behaviour can be diagnosed without some exotic parasitic infection from the jungles in Colombia. There's no way. I've never seen it before. Give me, even in this celebrity realm, we know celebrities are all the way off the chain zesty and messy. But I've never seen anything like it. An active, imagine Tiger Woods. I guess it's a bit different because you're not... I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Where do we have 1v1 in... Well, just look at boxing. In the history of the game, when has there ever been someone as messy as this? A reigning champion at that. At least Wilder. When Wilder was bum slaying, he wouldn't come out and say, yeah, okay, he lied about the AJ thing a bit. But even that was a bit messy. Apparently there was a phone call and Wilder offered AJ 50 mil on the phone. That actually happened. That phone call, AJ acknowledges the phone call happened. Wilder said, oh man, you know, cock-a-doodle-doo, I got $50 million in the bag. That happened. So whether Wilder wanted to fight him or not, you didn't hear Wilder saying, I called AJ and he didn't call him. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is unparalleled level of mess. Wild. Now, let's pretend we didn't know Eddie Hearn said he had never heard from Tyson Fury. What is the play here? Now, AJ came out, I'll probably do this at some point next week. AJ came out, or Team AJ, or Team Matchroom came out and said, we're now looking seriously at a Dillian Whyte fight in the summer. Is Tyson Fury just trying to... And that's why, if I was Team AJ, yeah, listen, me and AJ ain't seen eye to eye in the last few years, but still, AJ needs to focus on his own career. I think the Dillian Whyte fight makes sense. If AJ can't beat Dillian Whyte, there ain't no point. Now, in terms of money, it doesn't make sense, because AJ should really cash out with Wilder, get sparked by Wilder, and then fight Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte ain't going nowhere, he a sideman. I said it, yeah? Dillian Whyte ain't going nowhere. That Dillian Whyte fight is the last final hurrah for AJ. Now, if you're confident you can wash Dillian Whyte, which I'm not, because you didn't wash Franklin, let's be real here. Neither did Dillian, that's what I'm saying. Dillian Whyte and AJ, they're the same kind of guy. I'd say AJ's a 60% favourite, and I'd still back AJ to beat Dillian, but you just never know, do you? Depends who turns up. If Dillian Whyte with a twist ankle, yeah, if the Dillian Whyte who turns up and gets hits on his... if the Dillian Whyte, yeah, who can turn up and get hit on his chin, but twist his ankle turns up, then yeah, AJ might do him. But if Dillian Whyte turns up ready to fight, we know AJ don't like people turning up ready to fight. But even then, AJ could get on his... I reckon Dillian Whyte's quite flat-footed and slow with his feet. I reckon AJ could pull off a Ruiz 2 kind of performance. So either way, can I see Dillian Whyte doing AJ? I mean, it's not a good fight, but it's a fight that makes sense at a certain time. I don't believe really AJ's going to risk it. Listen, if he does, if AJ risks taking Dillian Whyte fight before, he'll get some credit in my book, because it doesn't, financially it makes no sense. Get the Wilder bag in December and then fight Dillian in 6 months or 4 months, whenever. But the point I'm making is AJ now needs to focus on his own career, because this clown legitimately has wasted a year of AJ's time. In 2020, December after Pulev, he wasted 6 months. Facts. Yeah, I'm going to fight. Fury came out. Yeah, I'm not fighting Wilder. I'm fighting AJ. The lawyers have got it sorted. It didn't happen. AJ, or a contributing factor to AJ's loss against Ruiz a few days before, AJ was there begging Fury and Wilder, please Fury, get in contact. So that there's a lot of things here. Really, I'm not sure what value Tyson Fury's added to AJ's career. Now, AJ lost to Usyk, what was it, last August? Now, AJ didn't really waste any time, because it happened immediately after, but that was a wasted period as well. Just waffle. Fury waffling, yeah, I want AJ, and he fights Chisora. Now, this could be, to be honest, who knows? This could be a big plot. This could be a plot, yeah, from Fury and AJ. Wait there a minute. AJ have got no real intention of fighting anyone properly. Why don't we both engage in a flip-flapping match for the next 3 months to time us out, to, you know what I mean, to kind of drag it out for the December date? Because AJ got a little bit of backlash. He was saying, yeah, I'm with Derek James now, I want to give it a real go, I want to be active. Then the Saudi money came in. Well, I'm going to sit around for the next 9 months until December. So you just don't know what, end of the day, man, I'd like to believe that Fury's completely messy, and there isn't a backwards, or there isn't a backstory or a back agreement here. But it wouldn't surprise me at all, because these flapping matches, these waffling matches, do tend to drag on for months. Or at least even the one with AJ and Fury where they were supposed to fight in December, that one went on for a month, and it was 2 months before the fight. So this could drag out for 8 weeks easily. Just flip flapping. Now Fury said here, this time I'm not going to make million vids and keep putting pressure on. The ball is now on your side. Listen, when Fury says something, you take the opposite. What this really means is, I'm going to make a million videos and keep putting pressure on. There ain't no ball, because you ain't sent no contract, Fury. But anyway, man, truth be known, I don't even really want to see the AJ and Fury fight. Listen, I want to see the AJ and Fury fight. The next time I want to see it is when either if AJ goes in there and smokes Dillian, I want to see it. If AJ goes in there and smokes anyone, if AJ goes in there, yeah, and starts showing us some of that Jamel Charlo, Errol Spence spite about him, listen, for me, there's a less than 1% chance. I just think he finished as far as that goes. As far as being totally ferocious in the ring and out, well, maybe out the ring after the fight. After the fight, listen, don't get me wrong. AJ will be totally ferocious after the fight's over. Start kicking off. Once he's in the safety of the authorities, AJ will be 100% gully. But outside of that, as far as being ruthless in the ring, I think it's finished. It's over. It's been over. Listen, if AJ was going to be ferocious, yeah, he'd have been ferocious with Pulev. He smoked Pulev, I think it was round 2, and it took him 10 rounds to finish dinner. Took him 10 rounds to finish his dinner. And the guy was smoked, turning his back in round 2. The AJ fan said, oh, but Pulev turned his back, so the fight should have been stopped on a technicality. Listen, this sent 96-pound boxing, people. This is 250-pound big bull boxing. Yeah, if you're a 250-pound bull and you got the man turning his back in round 2, don't tell me it took you 8 more rounds to finish your lunch. Scary dude. But you know what I mean? That's where I'm going with this. AJ, don't get me wrong. If I sat here and told you, oh, I wouldn't watch this, I'll watch it for free. 100%. I'll stream it. But I'll 100% watch this for free, yeah. But in terms of, for example, Crawford versus Spence, yeah. Crawford versus Spence has got my nipples tingling in such a fashion. I'm even thinking of heading out there, truth be known. It's one of them ones. I'm trying to find a way to get there kind of thing. That's how much my mouth's watering. I really do think this is a fight of the millennium. If AJ sparked Dillian, if AJ sparked Wilder, when I say spark, I don't mean go in there and play tit-tap-toe. I mean, again, Jamel Charlo, Errol Spence. Oh, but YB, they don't get knockouts every time. They're 140-pound men, with all due respect. The heavyweight division is the KO division. Big buff dude. So if AJ sparks Wilder, if AJ sparks Dillian White, I'm bang on it. Yeah, man. You can start doing the maths then. Wait a minute. What if AJ walks forward and starts letting his hands go? That's all we really need. For a bit of fire. For a bit of intrigue. So in a way, I don't want to see this now. Even though there's close to 0 chance of AJ coming back, I'd rather let that chance run on. Let's see if he can find it somewhere in the gym in Texas and bring it into the ring. Because for now, I mean, if you're tentative against Muffin Top, both Muffin Tops, AJ was tentative against Franklin, he was tentative against Ruiz in the second fight, he was tentative when he got popped in the first fight with Ruiz. If AJ goes in there with a tentative, Fury's 6'8", 6'9". AJ gets away with being tentative and being boxy with dudes who are smaller than him. That's just how it goes. You can play around, but when someone's bigger than you and taller than you, all them things you can play around with, all that them few inches you get are gone. And AJ will be, I believe, shut down by Fury. In a similar fashion, really, to the first Usyk fight. And Usyk was half his size. Fury's got them same attributes, but he's longer and bigger. So I see it being an embarrassing performance for AJ, truth be known. AJ, to beat Fury, need to get his hands up, man, and just plough. And I've been saying this for years, but I do believe it's the case, man. Get his hands up, man, and start ploughing forward. Ramrod. No back steps. And if Canelo can do that against Golovkin in the second fight, I don't see why AJ can't with Fury. Fury's not a big one, massive puncher, unless your name's Dillian White. Stop it. Unless your name's Dillian White, Tyson and Fury is not a big one puncher. So AJ need to get that. You know what, man? It's one of my last fights. If I got sparked out, I get sparked out. What's wrong with that? I don't get that. If I get sparked out, what's part of the game? And you go down then in history as a trier, not a flapper. And that could really change. Carl Froch said, oh, he ain't got no legacy. If you go in there, win, lose or draw and have a go, that's all we ask for. I'd say, listen, man, AJ in the past, he's flat, but fair play to the guy. He pulled out the bag. And who knows? That's the thing about boxing. Look at Wilder. Wilder came in that third fight, had a go. And he put Fury down twice. He didn't win, but he was in the fight. Do you know what I'm saying? And really, on that performance, Wilder goes down in the books, in my opinion. That was a heart-filled. Wilder couldn't have done. Yeah, maybe we can sit here and talk tactics or whatever, but Wilder left it all, his heart and soul, in that ring, in that third fight. That deserves a place in the history books. So far, AJ really ain't done nothing to get himself in history books. What's he done? Win fights he knew he could win, essentially. That's what AJ's done. Win fights he knew he could win. Whenever he weren't sure he could win, he lost. Bottom line. Or he ran around the place, scared to death of his own shadow. So I don't want to see this fight anytime soon. I haven't seen enough from it. And to be honest, from Fury's point of view, from Fury's point of view, it makes sense. Because AJ, potentially, Fury might be looking at AJ saying, wait a minute, this guy going to get chinned by Wilder. Fury said as much. But Fury would say, listen, if you beat someone, you're always going to take them. It's always better for your brand for them to knock everyone out. I knocked out the man who knocked out AJ and knocked out Dillian White and knocked out Ortiz. That makes you Big Daddy. So Fury doesn't really want to see AJ get smoked by Wilder, because then it also means, well, what does that mean then? What's the point? What's the point of Fury fighting AJ if Wilder's already sparked him? It's potentially in Fury's best interest to get AJ now when he's still half on. But regardless, like I said, man, this fight's whack. It's whack. At this particular point in time, it's whack. There's no interest because it's all one-sided. I wouldn't put money on it. Well, tell a lie. The odds will be so bad. Fury will be a 5-1 favourite, I believe, in this fight. So there ain't no money to be made there. Probably is, actually. You might as well put the bank on it. At this point, you might as well put the bank on it. The Fury going to win. I just don't see what AJ going to do, man. I don't see it. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. Truth be known, it's not going to happen anyway. Even if I was looking forward to it happening, it ain't going to happen. Because the mess of this guy. Yeah? I'm sitting here analysing, man, it shouldn't happen now, it should happen now. It's not happening, it's simple as that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, and leg off the 100%.